everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Janae and this is Janai's Kitchen. In today's video, I'll be sharing my recipe with you guys for what I'm calling berry banana bread. This is really good. If you are a fan of banana bread, I really think you're gonna love this recipe. It's nice and cool now, so I'm just gonna cut into it so you guys can see what it is looking like. Okay, so that is what it is looking like. It has blueberries and pieces of strawberries in it, and of course, bananas. All right, let's put some butter on here because that's how I like to eat it. All right, you guys, so if I have visually stimulated your taste buds, stay tuned for the recipe. Please remember to check the description box for step-by-step instructions for this recipe. First, I'll be preheating my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and then mixing my dry ingredients. I'm using 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm going to set this to the side and prepare my wet ingredients. All right, you guys, so before we start mixing together our wet ingredients, I wanted to show you the fruit I'm using. I'm using blueberries, strawberries, and 2 ripe bananas. I used about 1 cup of blueberries. I sliced up 8 strawberries and then 2 ripe bananas. I've made this bread several times and I've learned that it is best to sprinkle your blueberries and strawberries with just a little bit of flour prior to folding them into the wet ingredients. It is going to help prevent your bread from being soggy when the fruit bursts while baking. Next, I'll be mashing my ripe bananas with the back of a fork. Another tip that I have is if you're ever in a pinch and you need to quickly ripen your bananas, you can throw them in the oven on 275 with the skin on for about 15 to 20 minutes. I will be creaming together 3/4 cups of brown sugar and 1 stick of unsalted butter at room temperature. Because my butter is soft, I'll use a spatula, this rubber spatula, to cream the ingredients together. However, you can also use a hand mixer if that is your preference. All right, you guys, so the secret ingredient to this bread is going to be sour cream. I have made this with sour cream and I've made it with Greek yogurt, and I prefer the sour cream. So I'll be adding in 3/4 cups of sour cream plus 2 eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Next, I'll be adding in my bananas. Now I will combine my wet and dry ingredients, and then I will gently fold in the strawberries and the blueberries. I prefer to use the rubber spatula for this step as well, being careful not to over mix the batter. All I'm going to do is gently fold the ingredients until I see no remaining flour. All right, now it's time to get it ready to go in the oven. This is going to bake for about 60 minutes on 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll check it at the 50-minute mark just to make sure it's not cooking too quickly, but it typically always bakes perfectly at 60 minutes. I added a little sugar to the top, but that is completely optional. All right, you guys, so I have placed my bread in the oven, which was preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to bake it for a total of 60 minutes, checking it at the 50-minute mark. And then I have to let it cool for about an hour on this wire rack. I'll come back, cut into the bread, and let you guys know what it is looking like. I'll see you in a bit. All right, you guys, it is done. I'm going to leave it in the bread loaf pan for about 15 minutes. Then I'll transfer it by the parchment paper and let it sit on a wire cooling rack for an additional hour. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.